The most dangerous criminals aren't the ones you expect. Sometimes, they're the people you'd never suspect at all. They're the ones who blend in seamlessly, hiding in plain sight among us, looking just like any ordinary person you might pass on the street. They don't break in, they befriend you, earning your trust with a smile or a friendly message. They can pose as anyone, maybe a government agent, a helpful tech support worker, or even a long-lost relative reaching out after years apart. Their greatest weapon isn't a tool or a gadget, it's trust. They use your confidence in them to slip past your defenses and steal from you, often without you realizing until it's too late. Scammers are digital chameleons adapting to every situation. They study your life, your habits, and your online presence to craft believable lies that are tailored just for you. They know exactly how to push your emotional buttons, whether it's fear, excitement, or love, so you act before you have a chance to think things through. To them, you're not a person with a story or a family. You're just a target, a name on a list, another opportunity. I've seen families devastated, their dreams shattered and life savings wiped out, all because someone trusted the wrong voice at the wrong time. Scammers move on without remorse, always perfecting their craft, always searching for their next victim, never looking back. Their goal? To get you emotional, to make you act fast, and to bypass your skepticism before you have time to question what's happening. Anyone can fall victim, no matter your age, background, or experience. No one is truly immune to their tactics. That's why awareness is your best defense. The more you know, the harder you are to fool. Stay alert, stay informed, and protect yourself and those you care about. Scammers are masters at manipulating emotions: fear, hope, love, and greed. They know fear makes you desperate to protect yourself, and hope makes you take risks. Every emotion has a script, a fake cop with a threat, a lottery win that never existed. They refine their tactics, perfecting the words and timing to get your money. To them, it's just business. Your loss is their profit. These aren't lone amateurs, they're part of organized, methodical operations. They have fake websites, forged documents, and teams ready to back up their lies. Their preparation is chilling, and they're always ready for your doubts. They see you as a number, not a person. That's why their scams work so well. Scammers are masters of manipulation, and they rely on three powerful tactics to trick their victims: fear, hope, and romance. These emotional levers are used to cloud your judgment and push you into making decisions you wouldn't normally make. Fear, this is one of their favorite tools. Scammers often impersonate police officers, government officials, or even tax agents. They threaten you with arrest, legal trouble, or frozen bank accounts, and demand immediate payment, usually through untraceable methods like gift cards or wire transfers. The goal is to make you panic so you act before you think. Hope. They dangle the promise of a big reward. Maybe it's a lottery win, a surprise inheritance, or a once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity, but there's always a catch. You have to pay a fee or share personal information first. The excitement of a dream come true can blind you to the warning signs. Romance. This tactic is especially cruel. Scammers spend weeks or even months building emotional connections online. They shower you with affection and attention, making you feel special and understood. Then suddenly, an emergency strikes. They need money for a ticket, a hospital bill, or a family crisis. Your trust becomes their weapon. I've seen people lose everything: money, trust, even their sense of self. The emotional toll can be just as devastating as the financial loss, leaving victims feeling isolated and ashamed. One widow sent her entire life savings to a man she met online, believing she'd found love again after loss. When the truth came out, she realized he never existed. Her heartbreak was compounded by financial ruin. These scams don't just empty bank accounts, they shatter relationships, destroy confidence, and leave lasting scars. The impact ripples through families and communities. The formula is always the same: create a sense of urgency, exploit your emotions, and isolate you from people who might help. Scammers want you to feel alone and pressured, so you'll act without thinking. But once you recognize these patterns, you can break the spell. Awareness is your best defense. When you know what to look for, you can protect yourself and those you care about. Don't let emotion override your judgment. Take a moment to pause, breathe, and think before you respond to any urgent request. If something feels urgent or too good to be true, it probably is. Always double-check, ask questions, and talk to someone you trust before taking action. Scammers count on you acting fast and not thinking things through. They want you to rush, so you don't spot the red flags. Don't give them that chance. Stay alert, trust your instincts, and remember, you have the power to say no. Today's scammers aren't amateurs. They're part of global, organized businesses. These criminal enterprises operate with the same precision and structure as legitimate corporations, but their sole purpose is deception and theft. They have hierarchies, managers, and even recruitment strategies to find new talent. Many work in call centers, using scripts, voice changers, and technology to hide their tracks. These centers can be massive, with rows of workers making thousands of calls a day, each following detailed instructions to manipulate victims. They operate from countries with weak law enforcement, making them hard to catch. Local authorities are often under-resourced or even complicit, allowing these operations to flourish with little fear of prosecution. Money moves across borders in seconds, vanishing into complex networks. Stolen funds are quickly laundered through shell companies, cryptocurrency, and offshore accounts, making recovery nearly impossible. Technology is their ally. AI writes convincing messages, deepfakes mimic voices, and fake websites look real. Scammers constantly upgrade their tools, staying one step ahead of security measures and exploiting the latest digital trends. The real profits go to ringleaders who invest in new scams and buy victim lists on the dark web. These masterminds rarely face justice, instead using their wealth to expand operations and recruit more workers. This is a billion-dollar industry built to steal from you. Every year, victims lose their life savings, and the numbers keep rising as scams become more sophisticated. It's a machine designed for maximum profit and minimum risk. Every part of the operation is optimized to extract as much money as possible while keeping the criminals safe from law enforcement. The threat is global, and it's growing. No country is immune, and anyone with a phone or computer can be a target. Staying informed is your first line of defense. By understanding how these scams work, you can protect yourself and your loved ones from falling victim to this worldwide criminal machine. Silence is a scammer's best friend. Victims feel ashamed and rarely report the crime, letting scammers keep operating. These crimes aren't about weakness, they exploit universal human feelings. Scammers twist good qualities like trust and love into vulnerabilities. International borders and technology make prosecution difficult. Scammers set up shop where they're least likely to be caught. The result? A perfect storm protected criminals, hard to trace money, and silent victims. That's why public awareness is critical. We must break the stigma, encourage reporting, and fight back together. No one should feel alone or ashamed for being targeted. Only by speaking up can we stop the cycle. Here's how to protect yourself. First, slow down. Urgency is a scammer's tool. If you get a suspicious call or message, pause and breathe. Always verify independently. Never use contact info provided by the caller. Call official numbers from trusted sources to check if the request is real. Never share personal info or pay with gift cards, crypto, or wire transfers. These are red flags. Legitimate organizations don't ask for them. Talk to someone you trust if you feel pressured or unsure. Scammers isolate you. Breaking that isolation breaks their control. Stay calm, verify, and talk it out. Vigilance and communication are your best protection.